on? Hello. Good evening. Any of you here ever undergone surgery? Raise your hand. So before going into that surgery room, your family signed the paper, right? Or you signed the paper. In my case, I signed my own paper because I was away from my family back then. That's what consent meant. But leading to that consent, you don't just sign the paper. The doctor describe, explain everything. This is what's going to happen. We are going to take out the appendix. You are going to put you under anesthesia. You are going to take medication. This is how long you are going to suffer from pain after the pain medication is gone. That's what decision making taking place. You decide, you agree that whatever happened after the surgery, you will suffer together with your family and you will heal together. In my case, as indigenous community, I'm Rukka Sombolinggi. I belong to the Toraja. We are from the mountains. We've practiced collective decision-making for centuries. We call it kombongan. When we make decisions for a community, all of us come together. Men, women, we can even bring our animals, our dogs, our cats, we can bring to a meeting when we make decisions. Why? Because whatever we decide will impact every single of us. The human beings, the animals, the plants, our culture, our practice. Every single decision we made together. And every single decision is made by all of us having informed, knowing what will be the consequences. 5 years ago, we are going to give funeral ceremony for my father. In my culture, you have to go back to your mother's community or your father's community. My father came from 2 different communities. It was a very painful decision where to bring my father back, where to rest him. It took us nearly 2 months to decide. Even we didn't decide when we started the ceremony. For 1 week, we didn't sleep because we had to make decisions. We had to make decisions that will impact the history of these 2 communities forever. We have to make decisions that will cause pain for the community that my father will live, that will feel left behind. Those are decisions we have to make. In the end, my sister didn't agree, but we had to make decisions. In the end, we took my father away from his mother community and we took him back to my grandpa's community. Because we decided together, until today, we never questioned our decisions. That's how decision-making is so important. But those decision-making of indigenous community have been ignored by the presence of the interests of private companies. That happens across the world, also in Indonesia. Mining, oil palm companies come to our place and they never get our consent. They say they got a consent, but actually what they do, what they got is all broken and failed and manufactured consent. They capture our elite. They pay our elites. They bring our elites to the city. They make them drunk. They give them girls. Because they are mostly men. They make them sign paper, and that's what they call consent. I want to give you just one example of one company, just one company, how much it cost. In Papua, in West Papua, side of Indonesia, an American company started in 1967. They got in, they never asked the Papuan whether they want them to come and mine or not. Ever since, they have been facing problems. The last time, 5 years ago, 200 people were killed by, they say, by the army, but the army say it's by the paramilitary, it's by the Papuan freedom movement. 2 Indonesians were killed, and 2 Americans were killed. But what is happening behind this? Can I get the picture up? The photo up? Because of there's no consent, we all suffer. It is not just indigenous, it is not just human beings who suffer, not just environment, not just the trees, not just animal, not just river, not just water, but also government, also companies. We suffer together. We pay so much every year, at least in 2016, Freeport Indonesia have to pay $2 million a year. Just one company, $20 million a year to buy the protections, to make sure that they can operate. That's how much it costs not to have consent. That's how much it costs, and it only benefits few people. But when they dig, when they cut the mountain, they don't just cut the forest, the trees, they really literally cut the mountain. The world is suffering. All of us, you and me, is suffering. That's why it is so important. It is so important to get consent from indigenous peoples. Because consent actually means we get certainty, development certainty, business certainty, the certainty of our future together. Thank you very much.